Yo, what's good YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoop, back with the Ninamori Nation Draft League. And the regular season is finally over. We have Season 4 quarterfinals. And we've got, I believe, a Week 2 rematch where we're facing off against LG YouTube, aka Andy, aka Ninamori Fanboy, aka one of my best buds in the community, aka coach of the St. Louis Carbinks. So, long history with Andy. We've played in multiple playoff games. We've played in multiple games, period. And we played earlier in the season, like I said, Week 2, many weeks ago, literally like 3 months ago. And we were able to come out with a victory there. However, he's made a few changes to his squad. As you see on screen, now has the ZAMCRO. He didn't bring it, but he now has the trio as well. And then the rest of his team is pretty much the same. Megaladios, Sylveon, which he didn't bring, Tyranitar, Empoleon, Volcarona, Mienshao, and Crobat. So he brings the ZAMCRO, Volcarona, Empoleon, Crobat, Megaladios, and the Tyranitar. Just based off his team, I would assume that the ZAMCRO is something like Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and potentially Overheat or Substitute, something like that. I could see that being the case. He could also be like Toxic or something weird like that. Volcarona, one of the scariest Pokemon in the format, one of the scariest Pokemon in existence. Huge threat. I don't actually think it has access to Z-moves. I think my opponent's Z-move users are the Mienshao and Crobat. Maybe the Tyranitar and Mienshao. I think it's Tyranitar and Mienshao. So, don't have to worry about, Buggy MZ or Fiery MZ or Psyche MZ or whatever it may be on the Volcarona. However, Quiver Dance is still a scary set. And he can use something like Bug Buzz and Fiery Dance, and that's the only coverage he needs. So Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, Fiery Dance, and Roost could be a nice set. I do have an Oricorio, so it's unlikely that, that if he brings Volcarona, which he did, that it's going to be a Quiver Dance set, but it could be. I'm expecting me to not bring Oricorio, or expecting his team to be able to put Oricorio in its place. So, yeah, Volcarona is a huge threat. Rocks Up is really nice for that, to weaken it, to hinder it, to put a damper on it, really. So next up, he's got the Empoleon. Not so much of an offensive threat. However, last time he did bring, I believe, a Swords Dance Empoleon. Maybe with agility. I'm not sure if it had agility, but I'm 100% sure that it was Swords Dance. I remember a +2 Aqua Jet doing roughly 42 Mega Metagross. So yeah, he could bring that again. He could bring Stealth Rocks. He could bring Ice Beam, which is really nice versus my squad. Toxic. He could bring Roar for potential Suicune, things like that. So have to watch out for that. Crobat, it's faster than everything on my squad naturally. And if he wanted to bring like a Scarf variant to outpace my potential Scarfers, then that's a possibility as well. Gets Taunt, Defog, Super Fang, Brave Bird, Cross Poison, things like that. Could be a really decent check to Clefable. Switch in on that pretty comfortably. So with a combination of Volcarona, Empoleon, and Crobat, Clefable doesn't look all that great, outside of just being a solid check to things like ZAMCRO and potentially a DD Tyranitar. So, Megaladios is a huge threat. It's the main reason we brought Clefable. As you can see, it doesn't match up that well versus the rest of his squad. However, can take hits from Megaladios with the Unaware ability. If he's like Calm Mind or Dragon Dance, Mega Jet there, then he's not going to be able to break through Clefable or anything like that. And I'll be able to beat him down. But yeah, huge threat, no doubt. And then Tyranitar. Can be Stealth Rocks, can be Assault Vest, can be Smooth Rock. However, he has no use for keeping sand on the field that long. Could be Choppleberry. Could be Choice Scarf, Choice Band. Choice Scarf, I believe, does outpace Mega Metagross, so that's a potential. Definitely a potential set there. But yeah, that's going to be it for his team composition, things like that. We've got Mega Metagross, Hydreigon, Clefable, Suicune, Landers, Incarnate, Leaky, Decidueye, Oricorio, and Mudsdale. And we've decided to bring our Mega Metagross, Hydreigon, Clefable, Suicune, Landers, Incarnate, and the Mudsdale in this matchup. So last time Mudsdale actually put in quite a bit of work, and I expect the same in this match. I believe I have pretty much the same set. Maybe last time I didn't have Protect, but let's go ahead and hop into the set. So we've got Stealth Rocks on Mudsdale, Earthquake, and Rock Tomb. So Earthquake hits his entire team outside of his flying types and his Mega Latios there, which has the Levitate ability. But I can definitely, what's the word? Hinder those as well with Rock Tomb lowering the speed and things like that. So that's really nice. Protect allows me to scout. Earthquake bops things that it needs to Earthquake. Rock Tomb also, after Stealth Rocks, one-shots the Volcarona. And yeah, we have enough defense investment to switch into Tyranitar pretty comfortably, get a defense boost, and survive the next hit. We can also switch into the Zebstrika pretty comfortably, and we are not OHKO'd by something like Ice Beam or Draco Meteor from the Mega Latios. So let's go back to the other side of the squad, starting the order that we've got them here. So we've got Mega Metagross, we've got a Jolly Nature with enough attack investment to OHKO and 2-hit KO everything on my opponent's squad that's potentially OHKO or 2-hit KO-able. And we've got Meteor Mash, which hits basically his entire team outside of things like Empoleon and the Volcarona. I don't know if fighting types actually resist Steel. If that's the case, then Mienshao resist Meteor Mash. But as long as it's not a bulky Mienshao, then it's one-shotted anyway with my attack investment. So we've got Earthquake for the Empoleon, as well as Rock Slide for the Crobat and the Volcarona. Mainly the Volcarona, as Meteor Mash will do enough to the Crobat. And our last move is the Agility. So Agility allows us to outpace some of his potential Choice Scarf users, as well as all of the rest of the squad. So if he doesn't have any Choice Scarf users and we get an Agility up, we will outpace the entirety of his squad. And like I said, some Choice Scarf users will also be outsped with their Agility up, which is really nice. So that could be a potential win condition. If I can get Stealth Rocks up, get a little chip damage on the Empoleon, Mega Metagross looks like it can just win. It does. Hydreigon. So we've got a complicated EV spread here with Hydreigon. We've got the Life Orb with 88 HP EVs, so it gives us enough bulk investment to survive some certain. Well, with 88 HP, 4 defense, and 96 special defense, we're able to take some hits from things like Tyranitar, Volcarona, Zebstrika, and the Mega Latios. Obviously, not taking a Bug Buzz from Volcarona or a Draco Meteor from the Mega Latios, but can take things that aren't super effective pretty comfortably. It's really nice. Can take an Ice Beam from an offensive Empoleon as well. We do have Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, and Superpower. So Dark Pulse hits his entire team outside of Sylveon and Tyranitar, which we're packing the Flash Cannon for the Sylveon and Superpower for the Tyranitar. It also does quite a bit to Empoleon if he's specially defensive. And our last move is Roost. So we can Roost up on Empoleon, we can Roost up on Tyranitar that's not Choice Banded or Dragon Dance. And yeah, Life Orb Hydreigon looks fantastic. There's other items, of course, that you can use, Dread Plate, Expert Belt, whatever it may be, but Life Orb ensured that with 100 attack EVs and 176 special attack EVs that I could OHKO and 2-hit KO everything on my opponent's squad outside of like a max HP, max Spadef Sylveon with Flash Cannon being a roll there. So next up we've got Clefable, which like I said earlier is a unaware set, so that Mega Latios, Tyranitar, not too big of an issue there. We've got Moonblast, which hits the majority of his squad outside of Empoleon and Volcarona. So we've got Thunderbolt for the Empoleon and Hidden Power Rock for Volcarona, as well as Soft Boil being our last move. So we're not passing wishes in this matchup. We're not wish stalling. We're not clicking Toxic or anything like that. We're not heal bailing or protecting or anything like that. We just got 3 attacks and Soft Boil, but we are very, very defensive. So Suicune is a Toxic Scald Protect set with Roar. So I'd like to catch the Mega Latios upon switching with the Toxic, and then I can go from there. However, Scald hits my opponent's entire squad outside of the Empoleon, but Empoleon's not actually doing much back to Suicune either, unless it does have the Toxic, and we have Protect to scout for that, as well as Roar to potentially roar out a Quiver Dance Volcarona. We're not bringing Oricorio. We do need a means to check Volcarona, so it's going to be our Suicune, which is very, very Spadef invested, with max HP and I believe 52 special defense EVs. With Suicune's special bulk, that's more than enough to take on Volcarona. We also have, I believe, 148 defense EVs to take on Tyranitar. So if it's like Choice Band, we could potentially avoid being 2-shot by Stone Edge. And if he's Dragon Dance, obviously we can just click Roar and try to avoid that thing being an issue in that sense. So next up we have a Choice Scarf Landorus Incarnate. Allows us to outpace all non-Choice Scarf users on his squad, as well as revenge killing something like a Dragon Dance Tyranitar or a Quiver Dance Volcarona. I'm not actually sure if I EV'd or if I can even EV a Choice Scarf Landorus to outpace an Agility Empoleon with Modest Nature. I don't think if he brought Agility, he wouldn't bring Timid. I mean, I guess he could. I brought a Jolly Agility Mega Metagross. Anyways, Landorus Incarnate is a Choice Scarf user, Revenge Killer. We've got U-Turn, Earth Power. U-Turn's just for momentum. I didn't need a 4th move because my other 4 move slots do the job. Earth Power hits everything on my opponent's squad outside of the Crobat and the Mega Latios. Crobat and Volcarona are revenge killed with Rock Slide, Sheer Force boosted. And last but not least, we have the Choice Scarf Punishment on Landorus. So if Mega Latios, say Michael Fable gets crit and Mega Metagross has already put its work in, and there's no checks on my squad to a Mega Latios now. So he gets to, say he sets up on my Suicune or my Mudsdale or something like that, and it gets very, very problematic. So he's at +2/+2. Things would be looking very grim, but I bring in my Landorus and I reveal that punishment. I have enough attack investment to, if he's at +2/+2 special attack and special defense, then I will one-shot him after Stealth Rocks. However, if he's only at +1/+1, then I'm gonna get chip on him and potentially put him in range of the next month. But yeah, Dragon Dance or Calm Mind Mega Latios shouldn't be that big of an issue, as I do have Mega Metagross, Roar Suicune, as well as Unaware Clefable, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue, but we do have the safety net in case we need it. But yeah, that's going to be the squad. I've talked long enough about it. Let's hop into the actual replay here. Talking about team preview, he has 2 potential Stealth Rockers in the build that he brings in Empoleon and Tyranitar. So that being the case, I wanted to auto lead with my Hydreigon. I could lead with Mudsdale, which threatens both of them offensively, but Empoleon could outpace me and do a lot of damage with Scald. So not going to even risk that. I'm going to lead with my Hydreigon. And if he leads with Empoleon, no matter what he leads with here, I just want to click Dark Pulse. I don't want to click Superpower on the first turn, as he could scout for it. I did show it in our last match. He could scout for it and go into Crobat. So what I'm going to do is click that Life Orb Dark Pulse and see what kind of investment he's got. And we do half. We reveal Life Orb. And yeah, that's some nice damage. 50.9%, almost 51% there. And he goes for the Ice Beam, not doing 70%. And we're going to click that Superpower once again here. Reveal it. Perhaps we could have knocked him out with Dark Pulse. Perhaps we wouldn't have gotten the roll if it was a roll. He could have knocked us out with the Ice Beam. He could have also switched into Tyranitar, and if he was Choppleberry, then Superpower was my best play on this turn, as I would have popped his, his berry, and then I could have went for the Superpower the following turn to go ahead and knock him out. But we are able to get rid of Empoleon. If this was his Stealth Rocker, he was unable to get Rocks up, which is really good for us. So now he brings in his Zipstrika. I'm not just going to let Hydreigon go down. I switch into my Clefable, and I actually take nothing from that. I guess Protect or Wish is pretty obvious here. So I guess Knockoff or Thunder Wave could be a thing too. I'm not going to click Thunder Wave as he's got a Zipstrika in front of me, which wouldn't work out for me. So expecting his Crobat to come out, I do have Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, I guess Crobat's another one that actually doesn't take, damage from Moonblast. So Thunderbolt not only hits Empoleon, but it hits Crobat as well. And Hidden Power Rock hits both Volcarona and Crobat as well, so that's pretty nice. But instead of predicting his Crobat and clicking Thunderbolt, I'm actually going to make a double switch here. As he does pull a switch out into Crobat, we're going to pull a switch out into our Mudsdale. I'm going to try to get our Stealth Rocks up, as our opponent does taunt us and prevent Stealth Rock. Really nice play by him. And he reveals the Hidden Power, which is going to give us a defense boost. Kind of annoying for my opponent, and we do land our Rock Tomb, so our opponent's speed is dropped just a little bit there. However, we're pretty close to full now. We can take any one shot from this Mega Latios. So what I want to do is take this opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks. If he does go for Calm Mind or anything like that, I do have Clefable in the back. However, he does go for the Ice Beam and gets a fat chunk of damage off there. A little bit rough for me, as Mudsdale is now extremely weakened. One of my better Zipstrika and Tyranitar answers, but it's not done just yet. I can protect this turn and switch out and keep Mudsdale relatively healthy. So what I'm going to do is switch out to my Clefable here, as my opponent makes a really solid play here, going straight for the Psychic. Switching into Ice Beam, probably Suicune or Metagross. So the Psychic covered the Suicune really well, and I suppose he has a means of answering the Mega Metagross. However, first of all, I just want to say shout out to my boy Andy. He gets this special defense drop, but 10 turns in and so much stuff is happening that it's not ultimately going to matter. Psychic was going to one-shot me the following turn anyway. The only thing that this changes is that my opponent is able to knock me out with an Ice Beam here instead of having to click Psychic. So he does get this special attack drop. So the reason I'm shouting out my boy Andy is because when we initially played this game, turn 1, I clicked Dark Pulse versus his Empoleon, and he clicked Ice Beam. He did this, close to 70%, and he froze me. And my man offered a restart. And we restarted. And obviously that didn't happen the second time. However, this special defense drop does allow my opponent to click Psychic, Ice Beam the following turn. Not too big of an issue. I was going to drop to any one move at that point anyway. Maybe not an Ice Beam. But anyways, I'm going to go into my Mega Metagross here and set up an Agility. I'm seeing no way for him to avoid the beatdown now. But my man's going to reveal the tech. He reveals the Memento. So now I'm at -1 attack, -1 special attack, and this man brings in Tyranitar. So this can only mean one thing, right? My man's got to be weakness policy. So this is terrifying. This is terrifying. He's going to be some kind of like Dragon Dance weakness policy. But no, he reveals Rock Polish, which is kind of scary too. However, we survive the Ice Beam, but we won't survive the next one. And we do, in fact, prompt a weakness policy trying to knock this man out. And, yeah, looking very tough here. However, we are Choice Scarf Landers, and he is, at this point, in range, despite the sand, no matter what his set would be. If he was max HP, max Spadef, with the sand up, he would still drop at this range. So I'm just going to go into my landers, reveal the Choice Scarf, and we get rid of this Tyranitar before we get swept. So thankfully for that. However, he's able to go into his Crobat now, What we're going to do is sack off our Hydreigon here, expecting him to roost, honestly. But he does just defog the rocks away for Volcarona, so now Volcarona's looking scary. And that's a huge issue. So now, he could reveal Taunt here once again. He could taunt me. So I'm not going to try to click Agility. I'm just going to attack him. I'm just going to attack him here with the Meteor Mash. We do get the knockout. He brings in the Volcarona, and my man here is hoping that I am, since I'm Agility, I've revealed Agility already, my man is hoping that I am Adamant. So he brings in his Volcarona to see if I am Adamant. I am, in fact, not. I am Jolly with enough speed to outpace Volcarona, and able to knock it out there with the Rock Slide and pick up the knockout on Zebstrika with the Earthquake. So Mega Metagross coming in, getting that work done at the end of the game. Unfortunately, wasn't able to sweep with the Agility because the Mega Latios carried the Tech, the Memento. My man Andy prepped and played really well in this match. 21 turns, really fast paced and offensive, but it was a fun game. It was a really good one too, in my opinion. I felt like we both had very, very intimidating squads. And another one for the books, man. Me and Andy always have some fun playoff games. But that's going to be it. Good game to Andy. We will advance to the semifinals, where we will be taking on our Week 5 opponent once again, who drafted the Chansey, Mega Sableye, Toxapex, Gothitelle, all that garbage. He's added Skarmory to the team now too, so it's just a pain. He's got the Quagsire, basically full on stall. And he is a Smogon player, so he's very well educated in Pokemon, and definitely looking forward to the rematch. Despite the team matchup, I feel like I have some really good stall breakers and some really good ways to pressure my opponent. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Let me know if you guys are hyped to see us face off against Pred. It will be a Season 3 Finals rematch in the semifinals. Oh man, it's hype. But yeah, it's going to be it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.